How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Patriot DIY channel. We are continuing our cabinet build series, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to build drawers. Alright guys, so today I am going to be showing you how to build drawers. Now there are a lot of different ways to build drawers and a lot of techniques that kind of fall into the beginner, intermediate, and advanced woodworking levels. What I'm going to be showing you today is kind of that intermediate level, and I can't wait to get started on it. So your drawers are going to have a few main components. First you have your drawer box, then your drawer face, your drawer slides, and then your hardware. So we're going to get in here and I'm going to show you step by step exactly how I built these drawers. But first guys, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Now let's get to work. First thing we're going to do is cut down the components for our drawer boxes, and we'll start by ripping down our 1/2-inch plywood on the table saw. Then take it over to the miter saw to cut it down to length. For the front and back of the drawer boxes, I'm going to set my stop block to the total width that I need for the drawers, and then use 2 offcuts of the plywood as spacers to cut these to the perfect length. You're typically going to want the width of your drawer boxes to be 1 inch less than the opening of your cabinet. That's going to account for the 1/2-inch drawer slides on either side. Then we'll go over to the pocket hole jig and drill pocket holes into both sides of our front and back pieces. The sides of our drawer boxes won't need any pocket holes. With all those cut, now we need to cut a groove into each piece to accept our 1/4 inch bottom panel. So I'm going to set my fence to a 1/4 inch from the blade, and then I'm going to set the blade height to a 1/4 inch as well. These setup blocks make it really easy to get that height of the blade just right, and I'll put a link to those in the description below. Now we're going to run all these components through the table saw, cutting a 1/4 inch deep groove along the bottom of each of our components. We'll do the same thing for all of our front, back, and side panels. You'll notice for the fronts and backs, you're going to want to cut this groove on the opposite face from your pocket holes. Now I need to widen that groove to the same width as our 1/4 inch plywood. So I'm going to tap the fence over a little bit and run these pieces through again. You can see that second pass has widened that groove, and then before you keep going, you're going to want to test fit this with a scrap piece of your 1/4 inch plywood to make sure it's nice and snug but not so tight that you can't slide it in there. Then we'll just repeat that for all sides of our drawer box. Then I'm going to cut my 1/4 inch bottom panel to size, and keep in mind for the size of your bottom panel, you want to account for an extra 1/4 inch all the way around so it can fit into those grooves. Now we're ready to assemble the drawer box. So I lay one of my sides on the workbench with the groove facing up, add a little wood glue to the edge, and then clamp the front panel in place and fasten it with 1 inch pocket hole screws. Then I flip it around and do the same for the back panel. Once you've got 3 sides of your drawer box done, you're ready to insert the bottom panel, and I like to put a little bit of wood glue into that groove before I slide this in place. Now you're ready to put on the last side of your drawer box, so just add a little wood glue and drop it into place, locking that bottom panel in, and then secure it with pocket hole screws. With our boxes complete, I'm ready to put on my drawer slide hardware. This process may be a little different depending on what type of drawer slides you're using. I'm using a little bit of a cheaper option here. These are European style bottom mount drawer slides. But no matter which style you're using, you just want to attach those according to the manufacturer's instructions. Now I need to prepare my cabinet for the drawers. Since my cabinet is going to have a face frame, I need to get these drawer slides out beyond that face frame. So to do that, I'm just going to cut strips of 3/4 inch plywood and mount those in the location that I want my drawer slides. I found the easiest way to do this is to use scrap wood as spacers to make sure I get these perfectly level and get that spacing just right. I'm just going to secure those with glue and brad nails. Then once the cabinet is prepped, you can go ahead and mount the other half of your drawer slides. This is much easier to do when you're able to lay your cabinet down on its side. That way you're not trying to fight gravity to get these in place. With all that done, I can go ahead and slide my drawer boxes into the cabinet. Now I'm going to turn my attention to the drawer faces. For mine, I'm using 3/4 inch plywood, so I'm going to go back over to the table saw and cut these down to size. Now to make these drawer faces look a little nicer, I'm going to go ahead and add some iron-on edge banding. This stuff is really easy to use. You're just going to lay it out and then cut it a little bit longer than your drawer face. Then hold it in place and apply heat with an iron. That's going to melt that glue on the back and secure it in place. Once that's had time to cool down, you can trim off the excess. I like to use an edge banding tool for this, and I will have a link to that in the description below. Then you just want to sand it a little bit to blend those edges, and you now have the look of a solid piece of wood. I'm going to pre-drill the holes for my drawer pull hardware, and normally I would like to use the Craig cabinet hardware jig for this, but since the hardware I'm using is extra long, I had to make my own jig for this. Now I'm ready to install the drawer faces, and Craig makes a jig for that as well. This makes it really easy to hold that drawer face in place, and you use the included spacers to get your spacing just right. And that jig holds it in place while you screw your faces in from the inside of the drawer. Then I'm going to drill all the way through those pre-drilled holes and get my drawer pull installed. And that is it, guys. Our drawers are complete. They function flawlessly, and I think it looks awesome. All right, guys, now that is it for how to build your cabinet drawers. I hope this video helped you out, guys. If you have any questions, make sure you let us know in the comment section below. I think this is a really great way to build drawers, especially for the beginner or intermediate woodworker. And what you end up with is a nice professional looking drawer. Don't forget, guys, I will have links to all the tools we used in the description below. And don't forget, guys, this is part of an entire cabinet build series. We're building the cabinets, the doors, the upper cabinets, and the countertops. So if you haven't seen that series, make sure you check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.